Hey everybody, it's Molly. Welcome. Come on in. In today's video, I have started a project, and I wanted to start the video when I got into the clay part of it because I realized I've been doing I don't know, I'm trying to balance a mixed media with polymer clay, but I really do both for my projects. I'm not exclusive to one or the other. So this is going to be a Tooth Fairy box, and it's really little. It is, it fits in the palm of my hand, and it's not too tiny. It's 3 by 3. And I've painted it gold, and then I painted the rim in the purple that matches the purple here. This is a piece of decoupage paper that I have. This is still drying a little bit. Real quick before we get into the clay, I wanted to mention how I did this background. I may do a separate tutorial on this, but I'm working with a new idea of painting and stamping on tissue paper. So I made this background. It's kind of hard to see with all the colors that we have in here. This kind of tissue paper, if you get it, you need to get the wet resistance tissue paper. Because if you work on the other tissue paper, which I have, it's very, very difficult. It's doable, but it's very difficult. So I have this, and then I took a stamp and I just stamped on it. And the beauty of this is, once you Mod Podge this in, the background completely disappears. So I did that, and then I did some words, a stamp of words. Now, I'm going to grab something in a second. Is this dry now? So I used the Brilliance, let me grab it. Let me back up a second. For the black, I used the StazOn. Hey, no problem, it was dry immediately. Sorry. For the white, though, I used this permanent Brilliance white. I'm going to have to find another archival white because this was not archival and I couldn't use it. I just wet my finger and it smudged right off. So these are actually going to be garbage now because I can't use them. So tissue paper, so much less expensive. And I painted the top of the box white and then just worked directly on the top of the box. So, anyway, I just wanted to give you the history of what I have done before I brought you guys along. So, I'm going to work on decorating the sides of this in clay. I don't know exactly where we're going, but I do want to get some backgrounds done. And I actually made this little template. The last time, this is the second one that I've done. And it fits, so I can use it for my clay and know what size I need to cut it out as. I did another one. I'm coming. Oh boy. I'm rearranging down here and it's hard to get around. I did another one here with a Tooth Fairy, and I typed out Tooth Fairy on the front and put a little wand. And then on the sides, similar to what I want to do today, but maybe a different design, these are the big tiles that I did. And they're all different on every side. And then I put on these little feet, and the inside is gold. So I like this, but I don't like it as much as I like this. This is beautiful. So I'm excited to see this one today. All right. I'm going to, maybe just got to start somewhere. So what I need to do is find a texture for this. Let me get all of my textures ready and then I'll come right back. Okay, I am back. I went ahead and did some texture and some mica powder. This pink one right here is so pretty. I use the Creative Art Pigments. They're by Jet Age Studio. I forgot to mention that in my last video, but Jet Age Studio is where you'll find these on Etsy. They are not sold, as far as I know, on Amazon. They weren't when I ordered these. I also used this. It looks white, but it's actually a pink color, as you can see. I used that on this color as well. And hold on. So this was the Makin's little texture sheet. The pink one here is Cool Tools. These, I believe, are on, I think they're on Etsy. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I believe that's where I got this one because it's not that old. And the Makin's ones are on Etsy. For the dark purple, I used Interface Blue. For the color, it's the Pearl X. And this is another Makin's. It's really hard to see. It's another Makin's one. And then for this blue, I used purple. So everybody ties together. And this is by Jet Age Studio Creative Art Pigments. And this one is Purple Rose. And I forgot to give you the name of this one from Jet Age Studio. It is Moonshine. Okay. I need to order more of the Moonshine. I use that one an awful lot. Now, I also wanted to let you guys know, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but I've not been able to find my Pearl X set. Because I wanted you guys, it's totally sold out on Amazon and it's outrageously expensive. But this is a big Pearl X 32 color set. Okay, I've had this for years. That's why it looks like that. And it's my go-to. It's absolutely my go-to. But what I wanted to say is Walmart sells it. Has it in stock. And right now it's 30 or 35% off. So I think it's only $35. Don't quote me on that. I'll try and find the link and put it in the comments. If I remember, I'll try my best. All right. So, what's next, you ask? Well, once I move this stuff out of my way, I'm going to cut out the side of the templates. Provided I can find my utility blade. Okay, here we go. And guys, these short ones are literally the kind that you refill in a utility knife. They don't, I mean, they have a little bend, but they stay straight when you cut. If you're using these flexible ones, it's going to be tougher for you to get a straight edge. So, yeah, this is gross. So try and use these. And I want to save as much of my background as I can, because we have to figure out something to put on top of this. And I have more clay than some than others, but I had some mixed up that the colors matched pretty well. So I wanted to stick with that. Okay, so now I have this, which will fit in this area on the box. So that's one. I'll fast forward through the rest of these. Okay, so those are done. Now we have to figure out what we're going to... I'm moving my scraps so you guys can't see what I'm doing. We have to figure out what we're going to use on here. So let me make up a plan and I'll be right back. Okay, these are baked and out of the oven. So they're ready to be decorated and then applied to the sides of our box. And we'll get to what I was going to say next in a minute. I'm working on... I also stamped out the Tooth Fairy and painted them. I did them 2 different ways. I wanted to let you guys know, I got these brushes. They're eyeliner brushes off of Amazon. They're 3.5 inches tall, really skinny, and you get a million of them. And this is the first time I'm using them. So I'm going to do this with you guys. Now, you know, the one thing I wish I would share every time is that paintbrushes can be very expensive. And if you look up makeup brushes or go to your Dollar Tree for a makeup brush, you're going to be amazed. Some of the cheaper brushes will leave brush strokes, and makeup brushes are so soft. Here, when I finish this, I'll show you what I'm using. That you may get some streaks, but for the most part, they're so soft. They're not... You shouldn't have a problem with that. And if you do, it will be very minimal. Okay, I'm using my golden titanium. I do recommend using a very heavy body paint when you're painting clay. At least what I'm trying to do is just to get into the grooves, and then we're going to wipe it off. Put that away. Okay, so you need a wet paper towel or a baby wipe. Get off what you can. I'm very heavy-handed, and I'm trying to do better with that. I use this for the other one, so here we go. Okay, so, and I lost my thing. So I'll try and put a link in for those brushes. I just have to remind myself. Usually it's when I'm playing back the video after it's posted. Oops, Tooth Fairy. So I decided that this pink, while it goes with the flower, is a minimal color and should be an accent color. So I want to cover up a lot of it. So I'm going to use, well, you know what? I need to wait for this paint to dry. Let's work on the other ones first. Let me also show you. While I was waiting for that stuff to bake, I added a little butterfly with the flower, a little ornament on top. I put my triple thick over the top. And then I took my stickles. This one is crystal. And I put it on her wings. And then I also used, what's this called? Waterfall. On down here where there was some darker blue. And it looks really cool because it's sparkly. And I don't know that the camera's really picking that up too much, but you can see now. So that's kind of cool. Okay. I think I made a decision. I want to keep it simple. I'm not going to use the rest of the clay on this. This will be how everything goes together. Put my little wands in there, of course. So, I'm going to go and glue this onto the box, and then I'll be back and we'll do the feet. Okay, so I didn't want to torture you guys, so I went ahead and glued everything down. I also added stickles to, where is it? I added the crystal stickles to the side. Oh, this one might be the waterfall color on the purples. And then I put down my embellishment of this large flower. And then this is how the main centerpiece came out. This will be the front of the box. Sometimes they don't match up 100%, so you gotta be cautious of that when you're creating something, that if your box lid, which is very, very common, doesn't fit certain ways, which drives me nuts, by the way. I hate it, and I think it's wrong for what you pay for these things. By the way, this is from Oriental Trading. I think you get 12 or 24 in a pack, but they're really cheap, and last I looked, they still had them. So, but they're so cute. They're so tiny. And then this will be the purple side and then the pink side. So all of the colors go together. I took some ball chain, and I put it in the corners because I had gaps. And I think that looks really pretty too. So the next thing that we have to do, don't worry about how that bottom looks because we will be cleaning it up, is I also, when I was waiting for stuff to dry, painted these little legs. Let me get the bag. Okay, coming. These are what they're called, woodpeckers. I don't know where I got them. But it says woodpeckercrafts.com. It might have been off of Amazon, but I'm thinking this might be more of a Hobby Lobby, Michaels or Joann thing. I'm not sure. I've had these for years, but you get 50. They're 1 1/8. So even if you're not getting this brand, but they're called the baby doll. Remember earlier I said there's the dad doll, the mom doll, the boy doll, and the baby doll. Oh my gosh. So I painted these while I was waiting for everything to kind of dry. So now I want to put these on, and I varnish after. I don't varnish these now because I don't know what's going to happen here, and I will clean up everything at that time too. These are going to be so darling. All right, I forgot to plug my gun in. Oh my gosh, my dog knocked it across the room. Here we go. All right, let me plug it in. And I need another glue strip. Guys, I just used the little Gorilla gun. I have a larger one, and when I'm working on larger projects like flowers, arrangements, or stuff like that, I'll pull that one out. When I'm working on this little stuff like you and I have been doing with all these mixed media and clay projects, I really just prefer to use my little one. I have some more control. This is going to be tricky. I don't know how I'm going to get both. Okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to... The nice part is these have the solid bottoms. No, I didn't paint them. It was so easy, though. I just held on up here, did the whole bottom. And then this dried in like 5 minutes. And then I just flipped it over and I did this side. Do you guys think I should paint the bottom black? I think I should. I think I should. That means the whole inside will be gold. Let me get this glue put back. We can do this in a hot minute. Oh, might be too much. You know, it doesn't take a lot. I'm using, this is my go-to for black. I don't even use golden for it. Deco Art, and you want to make sure it's the lamp black. I have a couple more of these left in my stash, but this is the blackest of blacks, and I learned this color when I was doing checks, the black and white checks when you're learning how to paint them. I'm gonna do the whole bottom black. That's where I learned that color from, and it is just so pretty, and it dries. You got to be quick. This is not the best brush to be using because it's a cheap brush and it's leaving streaks. Sorry, I gotta go really slow around these edges because I want the bottom covered, but gosh, I would hate after all that work to get it on my clay. And I guess I'm okay if some of it sticks out. I just don't want it going anywhere else. Okay. Now I'm going to varnish this, so anywhere where it starts to look light, I mean, there's only so much I can do. The wood is the wood. Trying to get the brush marks out. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let me set my paintbrush over in the water. Let's dry this real quick. This goes so fast, you guys. I just love that paint. That's what I painted these with, too. That's what I paint all my blacks with. Other than when I spray paint, but I always go in and repaint the top, sides, and bottom, or wherever's not decorated. It's dry already. It's completely dry. I don't go hoard it so I can't get it next time I need it. Alright, I'm trying to get my glue gun. Again, I've been rearranging in here. I'm not reaching. Okay. Okay. First, this sucks because my tip got clogged. You want to put ES 6000 down, right? Because that's going to be your permanent hold. Then, still also arguing with this thing. Do not worry. Here, I'm talking too fast. Put your hot glue down for an immediate hold, okay? I'm going to go right in the corner here. Now, don't worry about this glue that's coming out around the outside. It is going to be clear, and I'm sure people would rather that their legs stay on than, but you can also go in, try and get some of it off while it's hot. I waited too long because I was gabbing. But, yeah. So these don't take too long. But I do go in and varnish the whole thing, but I like to do it after they're done, and I just keep it upside down. Okay. 2 more. And, oh gosh. And after all this is dry, I always go in and make sure that everything adhered permanently. You can always break something off. So there's a balance of when you're trying to see, wiggle it and jiggle it, you'll know right away. I had one the other day and I was shocked. It was just one of those knobs, the ball knob. And everything was really good. And then I went and I just bumped it or touched it. So I think the hot glue might have gotten under the ES6000. And I mean, hot glue it'll hold if you're really delicate with it. But I don't even know how you'd put it through the mail or if it's for a kid. I mean, that's the other thing. I'm assuming whoever buys this, hopefully somebody does, it's going to be for a child. Don't do that. Forget my idea of the wipe. I'm thinking that was really dumb. Okay, I got it off of there. So, I think... Ooh, that sounded like nails on a chalkboard. Sorry. Oh, I don't have it on right. See, that's why you got to do it the way it's meant to be. So there's our box. Isn't that darling? I'm so excited. So all I'm going to do is varnish. I'm not going to keep you on for that, and take some photos, and then I'm going to go upload the video. And I have another project that I'm working on today. Maybe I'll come back and share where I get my decoupage paper from and how I do my art prints. Okay, let me think about that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will talk to you soon. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate it. Leave any comments that you have, and I'll get back to you.